Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us yet again and for watching our previous episode. We enjoyed looking at your comments and we saw that you liked and subscribed and we appreciate that. Now today we're going to be talking about something that of course a lot of you have gone through, and it is the fact that people are living double lives because of social media. They're trying to be something they're not online, and they're something totally different in person, and that's what we're talking about today. I'm Christine and I'm joined by
Marianne and Frieza.
What are we talking about today, you guys? The internet. And the ridiculous social double lives.
The book face.
Optics.
They're becoming celebs instantly.
Yeah.
Listen. What we're talking about is double lives. A lot of people have like an alternate reality where they are this completely different person online, and then in person when you meet them, they're not what they claim to be. There's actually something I saw the other day. I was watching the E-Network. There was this guy, he is homeless, right? Mm-hmm. But online, people know him as a luxury fashion blogger. The guy has zero money. He goes into stores, like these prominent designers. He'll like wear the outfit, take a picture, a selfie, post it online, says something fancy, and everyone thinks, oh my God, this guy has been invited to some Gucci event or to some, whatever designer. And everyone online believes that that's his life. Yeah. But you were saying he's so embarrassed because no one knows his real story. He has nowhere to sleep every night. He has to figure out where he's going to sleep, what he's going to eat. Basically, his life is a lie.
It's interesting you say that. So me and Christine are psychology majors, or were psychology majors, and I want to look at it from that perspective. I hope it's fun. Most people don't want to delve into from a psychology perspective, but it's so we learned about coping mechanisms, like when you're not happy about your life or you're going through a particular phase in your life, and social media for a lot of people is a coping mechanism. So you see, like what you're talking about, that guy, you're not happy with who you have become. You know the way when you're growing up, you're like, by the time I'm 30, I'll be a millionaire. I'll have Suji, blah blah blah, and it hasn't happened, right? Life doesn't work like that.
Life happens.
So this is your coping mechanism. And I actually have a friend who, she loves traveling, so she posts her photos. So somebody steals her photos and then says,
they make it their own profile picture.
They say TBT.
But also social media has become currency. As in, there's a whole group of people who think that if this is the only thing they do, they can make money. So, for example, to your homeless person, an example, So they may think because I'm posing with designer clothes, they may start approaching me for real jobs and becoming social influencers. And unfortunately, there's a whole group of young people who've grown up around that mentality of being YouTubers or being social influencers, and they've refused to even perfect. I'm not saying it doesn't make money, it does. And they actually are media channels. The whole influencer person can be considered a media person. But you need to have honed your skill. As in, it doesn't need to be the thing that you do or the life that you want to live. And there also needs to be a proximity between what you're putting on social media and what is reality for you to start making money off it. Because new media is huge, right? The digital platforms are a huge platform for revenue generation. For a lot of people, a lot of young people are making good money online. But I think you have to know like where you draw the line between being that media outlet online and being yourself. Because you can see some celebrities struggling to put out a certain image of themselves that every day is a good day, like every day they're having fun, every day they're having dinner at Suji, where it doesn't always work out like that. But they want to create this impression to whoever, their audience, their fans, that Yani life is awesome. And then now you think about it from this perspective of you're someone's role model. They want to be just like you, and you're showing them that is pretty much what's the most valuable thing. Now young people are becoming more depressed, more lonely. Basically a lot of psychological issues coming over from the fact that social media is your ideal life.
And the currency for these kids is the number of likes and number of comments. They live for that notification. In fact, the research actually adds and says that the high you get from a like is the same high you get from drugs. So it's almost like you're refreshing to see the next high. So the same way you inject a drug into your body to get a high is the same way you're yearning for the next like for you to get a high. So if the likes stagnate, you feel as if I'm losing my popularity, and those are not even people you know.
But is it just kids? I don't think it's just kids. I think it's all of us. Like we've all been, sucked up into this. And like just just be honest with yourself. Like when I'm having fun times, I'm going to post.
Yes.
I'm not lying. I'm actually having a fun time right now, right? So I'm going to post about it. But when I'm having downtime,
No.
I am not going to post.
Why?
Yeah. So for somebody who is looking at it, they think she's always happy. So I think it's also a conversation about media literacy, and we used to talk about media literacy from a traditional media perspective because we know issues are framed for you to see them a particular way. It's the same thing in social media. It's just now it's not being professionally regulated like it would be in traditional media. So if me and you know that a personality is trying to build a brand, so we know whatever they're posting is very fake.
So we understand it, but
We
there's
understand it,
a
but not
group that
everybody
doesn't
does. Exactly.
entirely
but
understand what it is. And then also, from what she was saying, if you're having a bad time, you're not gonna post it because you're not trying to kill everyone's buzz out there, telling them oh today me I'm depressed, I'm not feeling like going to work, sijui nini, I woke up sijui nini, my tummy, sijui. As in no one is looking for that. No
one wants to hear that.
No one's about that life. It's not real, and the fakeness of it is actually what is making it so like enticing.
But what I struggle with is how enticing it is to see other people's lives. I mean, we sleep, the first thing we wake up is refresh our newsfeed. On first you start with Facebook, then you go to Instagram, and that just sets a tone for depression in the morning. Because you know you're broke. You know you're having a bad day at work. You know you're probably looking for a job. Then you're also seeing your friend, early flight. I don't know.
VIP
VIP lounge. That is the first thing. That's the first thing you wake up to. How are you going to live your life on a positive note after having seen things that probably will depress you?
And I think also that's where now sometimes bullying comes in. Because you see, if you're always posting nice stuff and I'm at a place where I'm not feeling good about myself, I'll come there and try to piece on your parade, say something nasty down there. So the other thing I also always try to check myself is be positive. If people are posting photos about how they're in shags, they're doing all this, be nice. If you don't have anything nice to say, you don't say it at all. Because I think now bullying comes in because how are you just having such a nice life?
And
me which is fake sometimes, and me, I'm here, I'm miserable.
Actually, you're right. Actually, I like the direction you're taking. That when you wake up and that's the first thing that you refresh, try and also refresh positively.
Exactly.
Don't leave the internet, I mean that space, into your bathroom, having thought, oh my God, I'm going to be so depressed. Like people who are flying, like people who are making it in life. Probably that will start making you get inspired towards that kind of life. But don't go into self-pity.
And you know the guys who actually go online like purposely to like bully and just spread negative energy. They literally just like set up an account just to troll you or just to like harass you and be mean to people without anyone, like, because there's no one to question them. Like, why would you say something like that? They don't even know who they are. It's anonymous. So you're behind your keyboard just harassing everyone online, and really that's like that's now your other life. But in real life you're like, hi, how are you, and you're friendly and everything, but then you go online, the same person is telling you nasty things. You're like, what is
if you have a positive aura on social media, people want to come to your events, people want to hang out with you. If you have a negative one,
and that becomes your credit rating.
That's the new credit rating. Because now you're being judged based on how you do in now online platforms. How many likes you have, how many followers you've got. It's so easy to get caught up because you'll find someone that has 1 million friends online, but if they need someone, like if today you're like, I'm going through a rough time, I need to call someone, they have no one to call. Not a single person, maybe their mom. But not a friend, you know what I mean? Not a friend. And that's really sad, I think.
And I think also, even as we speak as friends, the amount of time we spend sharing, even when you're having that good time, we need to manage the way we share. Because you happen to be out, 60% of that time was used sharing on Instagram.
Or taking selfies.
Or taking selfies.
Instagram,
No real conversations were had. And by the time you're getting down to, talking about shit that's happening in your life, you are way gone into time, and there's not so much time to talk about the real stuff. So maybe even as ourselves, we just need to check ourselves and see how much of a conversation are we going to have and how much of social posting are we going to have for a singular event.
And trust me, we've done this. Like we go to an event, selfie. So we're having this conversation from that perspective of how can we learn, but also how can you learn, you know? So yeah, share with us what you think about it. Is there something we're saying that's totally off? You disagree?
Yeah.
Please just say that.
So you guys talk to us online. We'll definitely be looking at your comments, and then, you know, we'll interact with you. If you have anything else you want us to talk about, of course, we'll be talking about it. So just tell us, let us know, subscribe as well, and we'll see you next time. Woohoo!